Just an intro. Today we're talking about branching, and I've been asking some people to explain whether they not just explain, but do a quick survey whether people are using branching feature in Figma or not. So most of the people responded that they know about that, or they've never heard about it. So we decided to do this Figma tutorial, sharing this feature, this option with you, and then we'll discuss later whether it's useful or not. Would be that interesting, to have one and to use one. So yeah, Rostislav is the one who will branch our knowledge and in this topic. So yeah, Rostislav, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. And again, hello to everyone. I would like to thank everyone who joined today's Figma tutorial. As you can see, today's session is about branching, and I will talk about what is branching, how it helped me, and also how it can help you. Little bit for myself, I'm a passionate designer who is seeking for the best possible and impossible opportunities. I'm using Figma since 2019, and I'm following every single update of the program. So when Branch actually appeared on the stage last year on April, I realized it would become something really used. But unfortunately, the inside poll in our team showed that no one is using it, and the only yes was mine. So now I will open your eyes for the beautiful side of the branch. Before that, I would like to ask the audience who knows about branching and actually doesn't use it, and why. Please, with hands, if you can um, switch, if you can just tell me why you're not using it. If there are people, is there someone who know about that and doesn't use it? From the poll, I understand that 50% of the people actually are using it, but currently I cannot see someone talking or.
Yeah, we are raising our hands.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah,
actually,
I can explain why I am not using it.
Yeah,
As of now,
would be
just
the
great.
project that. Sorry, Maria.
Would
yeah,
be great. Please share why
Yeah,
you.
I'm not using it because as of now, the project that we are working on does not require the branching feature. I see it can be a good practice to use it, but I will start using it if I have a more advanced issue to handle. And I tend to use Userbit about research, so I'm more of a separating different tools for different activities, if that makes sense. I'm that kind of person.
yeah, understandable. Actually, really understandable, and I enjoy what you said. Branch is actually opportunity which you can take. It's nothing which you need to do. So I think that it's amazing that we got an answer, and I'm glad that you raised your hand. So I will continue with what I want to say about branching from now on. I will tell you a short story about why I'm using branching. A month ago, I joined my team, and as part of their team, I dedicated myself to change something, maybe little, which will help my team. So I introduced to them branching, and now we're working with it. For example, I've continued a work for their pattern library, as plenty of you know, but they were concerned, my team, that me as a newcomer will mess with their organized files. So I decided to use Branch, which gave us separate work environments. And I have now duplicated pattern library, which is editable. And soon as I'm done, I can merge the duplicated one to the original. So branching itself is connecting keywords, as you can see in the in the next page. Here you can see the most used keywords as multiple, merging, complex, structured, etc., etc. And you will hear them watch through the tutorial. So branching itself gave opportunity for the designers globally to work in structured and organized space environment. Branching is limited only for company plans, so you need to consider that only company plans have it, and people with personal accounts do not have access. The use case of branching provide only good thoughts and experience. The pros of using, now that we're gonna talk about pros and only pros, nothing else. The pros of using it are definitely what I will mention: the organized, structured way of working, the control we all have, and no one should worry for something missing or broken. We can find everything before and after changes in the file versions. The main reason branching is good for the designers is the isolated environment where you can experiment. When to consider actual branching is a good question. It depends on how big is the pattern library or the file you're working on. It can be wireframes. It can be anything you're working on. So also, if you don't have access or you need to experiment while having a review on the new component, it's again a good choice to use branching. After all, if you don't have access, this is good because you can create a branch and work on, and then consider that and merge it with the team. So after all, creating branches affects the work only for you before it is merged with the original file. So that is why we called it experimenting on the main file. Small notes: you don't need published library to create branch, only a file which include at least one element. As you can see, sharing is really important, and it is the last part of the design handover. It needs to be reviewed by the team. Best practices when you're using branches are reviewing the new changes and merging them. You need to be careful to not delete something important, but you can see that in the archives soon as possible when you want. So now I'm gonna talk a little about the version history. Versions are actually the same file from the past. On every single clause of the app. So they appeared on every single checkpoints. And also when branches is created and merged to the trusted one, again, there's a checkpoints. And now on, versions do not expire and was long enough until you decide to change something on the file or something. When selecting, for example, old file, old version, then you change the future part of this design. So you can go back, as you can see in the important notes, there is icons which said that there is a branch created, updated, and branch merged. These are the checkpoints. Also, we have, as I mentioned, checkpoints through the design handover and when you're working on every single day. So this is about the version history. It's easy access to old version of the file and make it possible to return to old files. And now, from now on, I will show you a quick example of how branch actually worked. Let me quick go to my, sorry, I don't know why it's not opened. Something, yeah, this is the one. So sorry about the lateness. So as you can see, this is a trusted file in which we have three groups of components already created in variants. You can see three buttons, which are default, hover, and active, and three labels, which are again different structurized, and three shapes. I have prepared elements these elements actually will be included into these groups. And how does branch work is you go, this is the only way to create branch. You go here on the top drop-down menu next to the file, and you can see create branch. From when you click it, it will there will be an overlay with the branch name. Not from now on, you just create the name, for example, new. So the title is now from now on created, and we switch to the branch. As you can see, this is the icon which said the file, the trusted one, which we have been now is merged to the new one. So this is our experiment environment, and from now on I will add these elements, as I said, and I will add them here. So let's optimize the space here just to add these buttons, also these labels. And this is how it works when you want just to experiment. You're adding, you're editing. So I'm currently only adding stuffs. Yeah, as you can see, this is the last piece. And when we're ready with everything, for example, we have added the buttons, the labels, and the shape. From now on, we're going to review and merge the changes. There will be again overlay, which will pop up, and here we have three parts. Now we don't have any conflicts. This is the first part. If there is a conflict, for example, different typography is showed in the new branch file, it will be a conflict, and there will be a message which will pop up. The second part is reviewers. We can review the changes before we merge them with our team, so we can add people around our company. So they will be the reviewers. And the third part include added and edited parts. So as you can see, these are the added buttons, and these are the edited components. So we just expand the space. Again, it's edited. So you can see when you open a single, for example, element, it will show you the before and after the change. And if you're happy, you're just you can go back and merge. If you're not happy, you can choose. There will be there is a before that some element, you can choose between them both and keep the before element. So from now on, we will merge all to the trusted file, and you can see now it's merged and everything is fine. I talked about versions, and these versions appeared again here. Show version history. You can see which time I create the branch and which time I merge it. Also, if you have plenty of branch files, you can see them here. See all branches archived. You can see I have created a what. I have archived also already too. Archived means they're not deleted, but they're in the archive, and they will not show until you want. Merged, these are merged old files, which you can open and work on and create different paths from them. This is the example. Also, we will open the Q&A part where you can put your questions and chat, or you can directly ask your questions. I will try to give you answers.
How do you think is this branch tool will be useful while several designers work at the same project? Because, for example, for now I'm contributing for one application and there are 3 designers. So we are thinking maybe just to make it easier for everyone, for now we have different pages And I'm thinking maybe we can use this branches tool to make it easier. But I have one concern related to transforming and like moving into original file. You showed on the examples that you can move components there. But what about like frames? Is it works there?
Yeah, it works. Actually, all of you, the designers, can make their own branch, or you can make just one. You have everything included into the new branch, but only the comments will not go to the branch. So if you put a comment into the trusted file, they will not go to the branch, and the same way back. So if you put comments into the branch, there will be none of them into the trusted one. So you need to consider that, and you can actually create branch and make sure that everything will be included there. Components, frames, prototypes, everything without the comments, as I said.
Right. Thank you.
A
question in the chat. I can read you, or your sharing.
I will do it. So how to start of project contains a lot of design, how to move existing processes to branching approach. Thank you. As I said, everything will be transferred to the branch. It's just the same file, it just is duplicated, so you don't need to be worried about processes, prototypes, etc., etc. I think you should be not worried about.
Thank you. I just work if any problem we have, because a lot of designers, a lot of design, so probably some tips.
Yeah, also I'm really into that. I also have experience with big files, and if you don't want to make mess in your file, branch is the best opportunity. You will separate the work, and you will not have that big file. You can work on several branches. Actually, can make several duplicates. You can make several actually designs, and this is the good part.
I got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Do we have other questions on the table?
If someone knew about the branching and haven't been using it, have you changed the mind somehow? Would you consider branching feature in the future as the working one? This is my question to the audience.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I was going to say, go on, Evgenia, sorry.
I'm sorry. I just want to say, I hope when we have enterprise license, or when I have a project with enterprise license, I would definitely try to use it, because it seems like currently we have traditional approach with folders with a lot of screens inside files, so it really can help. I just see that I need to view more videos how to work it, so when I got opportunity to work, so I will use it. Yeah, thank you.
Bobby, you also wanted to add something.
Yeah, I was going to say, if for some reason in the future we're doing prototype testing and it's limited only in Figma, of course you're going to do it with Figma, but if you are documenting your results and in Figma, I will consider branching, because obviously it will be better structured. But again, if I decide to do everything in Figma, which has its pluses, but it has its minuses, because it's going to be only a research on the surface, I would say, and because most of the tools similar to like UserZoom, UserBeat, I don't know, maybe more, and I can tell more, but they provide more various tools for UX research in general. But I agree, it's Good for structuring big files too. Yes, I see that. If you have a file with a lot of graphical elements, a lot of templates, a lot of different kinds of visual things for maybe one client has different services and products, you can use branching to allocate each of these products and services.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brusov. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's this is why we consider using branch, and I really appreciate that you like it. So if someone of you needs help using branch, you can quick PM me. I will be there for you. I will be glad to hear if someone have something on their mind. Also, if you want to experiment and etc. Also, I will add this question to Figma. I have several more questions from previous presentation I have done for branching. So I will share with you the presentation and also the Figma with all the questions to the chat, so you can quickly see them whenever you want.
Yeah, I'll send them by email also after the session, probably with the recording done. So yeah, also we'll publish the recording on the community page. So no worries, there's gonna be an email. You're not gonna miss it. All good. And there is also one question from Artem. Just as I understand it, you can use branches to make changes in the design and be able to easily cancel them if the new solution does not suit the client, right?
Yes, of course. This is the case. You can review it with the stakeholder. If he's not happy, he can choose between the previous and the last. This is the best part when you have the two elements on the screen compared to each other. This is good UI, good use case actually, not UI. So yeah, thank you, Artem, again for the question.
Yeah. If anybody has more questions, we can stay and discuss. We have 1 minute for now. Feel free. And also, I think you're gonna have the access to the chat, but not sure about that. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us directly. There's no problem in it. We're free and open. So anytime, just ping and we'll try to help you. Rostislav especially as our specialist in branching.
I will be the first one, so contact me if you need. Thank you, guys. Really, thank you for everything, for your for your kindness and for all the questions.
Yeah, and for just being with us today, staying with us, listening to, and that's what our Figma. That's why we're continuing doing our Figma tutorials, just because of you. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you also.
Hoping
Thank you.
on the next ones.
Thanks.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.
Friday.
Have
Well,
a good afternoon.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
Friday. Bye.
Bye.